Tesla considers new partnership for battery materials. It appears that Tesla is considering Chinese battery components manufacturer Sunrise New Energy as a potential supplier, according to a new report. Sunrise New Energy said on Wednesday that Tesla has expressed interest in the manufacturer's battery component products, as reported by Reuters. The company says that Tesla's battery raw materials department had been in contact requesting details on its technology, upcoming manufacturing plans, and overall production capacity. The company's joint venture, Sunrise New Energy Material, produces graphite anode material used in lithium-ion batteries, which are the batteries used in electric vehicles (EVs). The company's joint venture is also in the process of building a 260,543 square meter production facility located in the Chinese province of Guizhou. Sunrise added on Wednesday that it has submitted applications for 2 separate patents related to its hard carbon composite materials, which would potentially add 2 new patents to the 25 it already holds. Lithium-sulfur battery producer raises $200 million in Series B round. Tesla also has ongoing lithium supply deals with other companies, such as Australia's Liontown Resources and Core Lithium. The news also comes just a week after it was reported that Tesla lithium supplier Albemarle is expected to take over Liontown for $4.3 billion as soon as mid-2024. Last month, a report showed that Tesla may have threatened Core Lithium with a lawsuit, alleging that the company failed to execute on its supply agreements with the automaker. The automaker also has a number of other mineral suppliers, and earlier this year, Tesla was reportedly considering the purchase of Brazilian lithium company Sigma Lithium, one of South America's largest lithium extractors. Tesla is also building its own lithium refinery plant near Corpus Christi, Texas, after holding a groundbreaking event for the facility in May. The site is expected to process raw lithium and other materials into battery-grade lithium for its EV batteries. In recent months, Tesla proposed donating as much as $3.8 million to help improve roads near the upcoming plant. Source: reposted and summarized from Zachary Visconti at Teslarati. Tesla dominates the U.S. EV market with a 60% share. Tesla continues to be the only manufacturer that actually shapes the U.S. electric vehicle market. In the first 7 months of the year, the brand's sales exceeded the sales of all other brands combined. Tesla holds a 59.5% share of the EV market, continuing to encourage its competitors to become more active in the EV space. Tesla again pleases us with its development in the U.S. According to Experian data published by Automotive News, Tesla is the overall leader in electric vehicles in the U.S. The company sold the largest number of EVs, occupying a huge market share. In the first 7 months, the manufacturer sold 390,377 new vehicles. This is 50% more than in the same period last year. Now its share is 59.5% of the U.S. electric vehicle market. Obviously, the remaining 40.5% is formed by the remaining 25 brands selling in the U.S. The number of their sales is low, however each of them makes its own contribution to the development of the EV market. In second place is Chevrolet with 39,647 units and a market share of 6%. Ford is third with 33,955 new registrations. The company took a 5.2% share. Fourth place goes to Hyundai with 28,198 units sold and 4.3% market share. BMW closes out the top 5 with 23,116 units and 3.5% market share. Volkswagen is in 7th place with 20,046 registrations and 3.1% market share. Other brands are far behind. A total of 655,986 EVs were registered from January to July, reflecting an increase of 67% compared to the same period last year. The overall EV market share was 7.2%. The most registered vehicle in the first 7 months was Tesla Model Y. During this period, 236,041 units were sold, more than double the same period last year. Registrations for Model 3, the second best-selling EV, rose 21% to 131,381 units. Meanwhile, Model S sales were 8,439 units, and 14,462 Model X cars were sold. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. Tesla Cybertruck deliveries could start in a few days. Deliveries of Tesla Cybertruck should begin in just a few days, according to a company salesperson. The market release of the hotly anticipated product is a major milestone for the company. Entering the truck segment will give Tesla a huge development boost. Fans, enthusiasts, investors, and the general public are eagerly awaiting the start of Tesla Cybertruck deliveries. The pickup truck, presented at the end of 2019, attracted attention with its futuristic appearance. Millions of people fell in love with it, while there were also those who strongly disliked it. It was so unusual that anyone who saw its design did not remain indifferent. A series of factors, such as COVID-19 and economic instability, delayed Cybertruck's entry into the market. Earlier this year, Elon Musk announced good news. The first deliveries should take place at the end of the third quarter. However, the exact date was not announced, tormenting the inquisitive minds of impatient consumers. Now, it has become known that Tesla could begin delivering Cybertruck in just a few days. KLWTTSX reported that he had a call with a company salesperson, during which he asked about the new Model 3. The salesperson said that the car would not be available in the US until 2024, which could be a little disappointing. However, the conversation took an unexpectedly positive turn when KLWTTS said he wanted Cybertruck. The seller said, "Deliveries should be starting in a few days." It is currently unknown whether deliveries will actually take place in a few days, or whether it could take a few more weeks. However, this could be a good sign that the coveted date is approaching, since Tesla employees have a positive attitude. It was expected that the first deliveries of Cybertruck would take place for company employees. At the moment, it remains unknown whether the first deliveries will be made to Tesla's employees or directly to customers. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. Tesla gets nearly $150 million in EU funding for supercharger network. Tesla will receive roughly $150 million from the European Union to install and replace 7,198 charging points with an output of 250 kilowatts each at 687 locations. In 22 countries on the old continent, the European Commission announced. In total, the Alternative Fuels Infrastructure Facility (AFIF) call for proposals saw 26 projects selected for a total EU grant support of over $377 million. With the American EV company getting 2 projects approved, one submitted by Tesla Italy and one by Tesla Poland. Thus, the Elon Musk-led firm got the biggest share of the total funding available, roughly 44%. The Italian subsidiary's project aims to deploy 6,458 recharging points capable of delivering 250 kilowatts each in 613 locations in 16 countries. Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Germany, Spain, Finland, France, Ireland, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Romania, Slovakia, and Sweden. Along the core and comprehensive road network. At the same time, the Polish subsidiary will receive funding from the EU to install or replace 740 recharging points. With an output of 250 kilowatts each in 6 countries: Czechia, Greece, Croatia, Hungary, Poland, and Slovenia. European Commissioner for Transport Adina Vălean said, "The numerous applications for AFIF funding received underline the transport industry's interest in pushing ahead with the switch to more sustainable transport on roads, in the sky and at sea. Our investment of U20AC 352 million will translate into approximately 12,000 charging points, 18 hydrogen refueling stations, and the electrification of ports and airports, including the Port of Rotterdam and 37 Spanish airports." This latest round of EU grants comes after the Council of the European Union adopted a new set of rules intended to make life easier for drivers of electric vehicles, mandating that from 2025 on, fast charging stations of at least 150 kilowatts for cars and vans need to be installed every 37 miles. 60 kilometers along the Union's main transport corridors known as the Trans-European Transport (TEN-T) network. Furthermore, the new law says that charging stations placed along the most important roads linking major cities and nodes, known as the TEN-T core network, will have to be capable of delivering a total output of at least 400 kilowatts by the end of 2025, with at least one stall that's capable of at least 150 kilowatts on its own. Although the official documents don't mention it, it's likely that Tesla will install its V4 superchargers either at new locations or replacing older units with the money received from the EU, as they're capable of 250 kilowatts and offer a contactless payment option, which is also a requirement of the new regulation. Source: reposted and summarized from Yulia Nystrin at Inside EVS. 10 Tesla Model Y EVs burn in Frankfurt. Anonymous letter claims responsibility. A fire that started in a parking lot in the Feckenheim district in Frankfurt, Germany destroyed 10 Tesla Model Y EVs and damaged another 5 earlier this week in what seems to be an act of social resistance from an anonymous group that sees the American car manufacturer as one of its most prominent enemies, according to local media. The Frankfurt Fire Department says that its Central Control Center got a call at around 3:20 a.m. on Tuesday that reported a fire had erupted in a parking area on Vectorsbacher Street. The blaze had spread to several cars before the firefighters arrived at the scene, who came with special respiratory protection and 5 fire engines to support their action, and the nearby railway line was temporarily closed for about 30 minutes. At around 4:30 a.m., the fire was extinguished and the first units left the scene, but the site remains under observation as there's a risk that the battery cells might reignite. With this being said, the fire department report doesn't mention if the batteries caught fire. The alleged perpetrators said in their letter that during the IAA Mobility Auto Show in Munich, all kinds of corporations were able to show off their great, shiny cars at this summer trade fair and congratulate themselves on their economic successes in their air-conditioned conference rooms, all while the livelihoods of many are being destroyed because of the fires that erupted in Portugal and Maui, and because of the floods in Slovenia and Austria. On the same platform, which is considered by the Federal Office for the Protection of the Constitution as the central medium of the German left-wing extremist scene. According to Tesla Mag, the group published another letter in which it took responsibility for deflating the tires of 51 Porsche vehicles parked in Berlin as a sign of protest against the German carmaker. The police estimate that the fire caused damages worth around $537,000 and says that an investigation is currently underway to determine the cause. Source: reposted and summarized from Yulia Nystrin at Inside EVS.